Cornucopias is a cutting-edge open-world MMO set in a world where humanity has ascended from the Earth's surface and created a breathtaking new world in the sky. This fantastical realm is a system of floating islands carved from the land we once called home, now encased in radically advanced dome-shaped structures suspended high above the clouds. Each one is a futuristic marvel with its own unique environment, identity, and thriving communities. It is within these domes the epic journey begins. Here, players take control of their own personal avatar, which gives them the freedom to choose their destiny. Be immersed in vast landscapes, explore vibrant settlements, and engage in a myriad of activities such as crafting, commerce, combat, racing, and more. Welcome to a world where the sky is no longer the limit.
Hey everybody, welcome to COPICafe. This is episode number 131. You've got Rob Gregg here and Josh Jones, and we're the co-CEOs of Cornucopias and here to tell you all about what we're building each week and how things are going. And wow, things have been going really well. We're at the final stages of something very exciting that you guys have all been waiting for. That's coming up soon. We've got a lot of good info for you this episode. So we've got the release date or release timing. We've got the trailer to talk about, nodes, land grab, marketplace, phase 3, and the next phase 3 of the current sale, which has been kind of ongoing, and then the next sale following that we're going to talk a little bit about. So fun stuff ahead in this episode. Before we get too far along, Rob, what are you drinking, sir?
Long nights, long days. This will wake me up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Wake you up and crash you at the same time. Same as mine.
Yeah. I'll just have another. What are you drinking?
It's coffee. Iced coffee. Well, there's no ice, but it's cold coffee. Tasty. All right. So, yeah, well, let's get right into it. Everybody's been long awaiting for this next release, and to be fully transparent, it's ready to go right now. However, it's July 4th weekend. We didn't want to launch when everybody's on holiday. And also, we want to give marketing a little time to amp it up. So that being said, the release will be next week. You can count on that. I'm definitely telling nobody to try to add any last minute stuff that could delay it, because that is something that we've done in the past where we're trying to get one more thing in. Nope, it's time to get this in you guys' hands, so you can count on next week. And I'm going to make sure the team does not make me inserting my foot in my mouth on that statement. We'll see. There's one team member I'm concerned about with that. So, okay, next up, that's exciting because this gets you in your hands. It gets you combat. It gets you the new movement system. It gets you Avatar 3.0, which there is going to be a contest around with prizes. And that's going to be fun because why are we going to do a contest around it? We've already done one with Avatar 2.0, I think, or it was 1, whatever, because we're incredibly proud of it. It is one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. And I don't like to brag or whatever, but I think it's amazing. And so we're proud of the work that we've done. We've worked really hard on it. It's caused a lot of delays with this, and there's a lot of complexity, and not many in the world attempt it because it's so complex to do something like this. So yeah, we're happy with it. And obviously best in the world, stuff like that, that's all subjective, but I think we're up there in a very elite tier. Very few have ventured to build one this powerful and with this level of quality. And so, yeah, let's get it out there. You guys help us out and support the Avatar
I keep getting
3.0
compliments on
contest.
my avatar, so I'm quite happy with mine.
You're happy with yours?
It's just bizarre. People go, "Whoa, look at your avatar." He's because I built like imagine Arnold
Is this the one that I
Schwarzenegger.
saw in the stress
Yeah.
test?
Yeah,
Okay.
but imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Running Man film. So he's got his really tight suit on, and he's proper butch. Everything is on max like power lifter, and yeah, that's my current avatar at the moment.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, I do not have my avatar fully built and finalized, but I have played around with the avatar builder and it is quite impressive. So that's coming out in this new release. There's so much with this new release that you guys can explore and get excited about. And so we can't wait to hand it off to you. New Rumble Ball stuff, new Arrow Trails, new, yeah, all sorts of new stuff. So, you'll be seeing that very soon. Next up is the trailer. So have you seen what David sent over last night?
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen the
Yeah.
second part. It's brilliant.
Pretty awesome. The second part of that trailer. I think it's awesome. We wanted to get something in your hands ahead of this release just to get everybody fired up. Let's spread that far and wide. Help us get it out there. I think it's going to be, it's the start of a trailer that will also, by the way, the trailer is also our leak. So it may be coming out tied to this episode, or we might do a separate leak. Either way, help us support that trailer video and spread it far and wide. That's what we need. But the trailer is actually a start of what will be used to list us on Steam and Epic. And so we are in preparation for that. So we're not far off, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. I'd say a month max from where we're going to list on Steam. And what I mean by list is it's not available. The game's not, it's adding ourselves to the waiting list of Steam to build up awareness. That's all it is. They're not able to go download the game yet because
that's still a huge event.
Yeah, it's still definitely agree. It's still a huge event. It gets us listed on Steam and Epic, and we get to start building awareness in both of those communities, and then anticipation, and people get excited, and it's one step further towards us moving towards that launch to mainstream gamers, which is awesome. So that is what the trailer that you're about to see in the leak is not quite what's going to be used for the listing, because there's more work, there's more lore we want to incorporate. We want to get that really polished, etc. But at least you guys get to see a little taste, and then you'll see the full version when.
And I think to be fair, they won't be able to download the game obviously from Steam, but that does not stop people being able to come and download it direct from us using our notes.
Oh yeah, looking it up. That's true. Quite true point there. So, okay, that brings us to the next topic, which is nodes. And there's an announcement that either went out already or is going out very soon around how we're doing everything with the nodes. Basically, we're entering the phase where I'm going to nutshell it, and please let me know if there's anything that I missed or you want to add or whatever. But we're now in the phase where we've finished the first year. So thank you all for contributing to the early ecosystem and infrastructure of the nodes. The rewards pace will continue at the same rate like for the total rewards part. What's changing over the next 6 months is we're gradually moving towards more and more weight on performance. Meaning the node has to be active and serving data. Performance may be the wrong word. I think Greg corrected me on that, but it's going to become more and more about the data that was served. And so that's our first phase of trying to move towards we're creating a legitimate service here. for the end user that reduces new user onboarding attrition. It creates a valuable network. There's all sorts of great stuff here, and you guys get to participate in that. And so we're very thankful for that. So we're gradually moving things that way. We're still taking care of our early onboarders and nodes very well, and that we can allow everybody to gradually adjust according to changes that are being made. What would you add to that, Rob?
Yeah, well, at the moment we have 99% what we're calling base rewards, and then 1% performance rewards. So that means that whether you're delegating or whether you're running a node, you're currently getting almost the maximum rewards that you can get. But like you say, from now you have to, for node operators, it's still that 1%, but we are moving towards a 10-90 split. So 10% base rewards, 90% performance rewards by the start of next year. So we've got a timeline that we've announced, and then for delegators, you now have to start delegating. If you want to receive rewards, you've got a few weeks where we're going to stop giving away the automatic rewards, and you will be rewarded according to the node operator that you're delegated to.
Right.
We're basically really, what we're trying to do is we're trying to encourage those people that are delegating to have a think. Do you actually want to run a node? Because you will get, by the end of this year, you will get more rewards by running your own nodes than you will be delegating. But either way works. Either way works. You'll still get rewards if you delegate, but you have to delegate by the end of this month.
Yep.
At the latest.
And let me just add one final point, unless Rob has anything else to add there. This is incredibly complex. We're creating a network. It's basically distributed, decentralized, and people are using their PCs to download, our game to new users. It's incredibly complex. We've done a remarkable job, the team, of creating the code around that, the nodes team, and the goal is for us to move to a place where node operators and delegators can all benefit along with the end user, along with Cornucopias. And so it's balancing all of these things. There's going to be complaints. There's no way for us to make everyone perfectly happy on this deal. Mm-hmm. What we have to think about is, what is the original purpose and mission, which is creating a better experience for the end user that's coming into the game. And so that is our goal, is to create a great experience for them and a profitable means for the operators and delegators to participate in this infrastructure that we're creating. And there's no perfect solution. You can imagine how things went with Cardano's governance. That's incredibly complex. Mm-hmm. There's still battling and bickering around that. There's just not going to be a perfect solution for something that has this kind of complexity. That being said, I guess what my request is that bear with us. We're making changes. We're trying to communicate transparently that this is what we're moving towards. So have some grace, but air your concerns. We want to hear your feedback 100%, but at the same time, please try to understand that this is not an easy problem to solve. We need to make sure all parties are taken care of and that the original mission with the nodes is accomplished. And we're doing quite well at that.
Yeah, so we're listening to our node operators. They're giving us feedback. So we are acting upon some of that. Definitely. We obviously interact in Discord with them, and we read every message. Although some of them might not think that we do, but we definitely are responding to them internally. We're having lots of chats. And in terms of, if you do want to run your own node, we've got videos. We've got a whole Copi on the Copi wiki. We've got a whole section in there of how to set one up. We have operators running nodes on Windows, Mac, and on Linux machines. So we cover the majority of operating systems out there, and the operators themselves are so friendly, although they're in a way kind of competing with each other. But once their pool's full, then they're just there to support everyone else. So there's tons of opportunities in there to any probably challenge that a new operator is about to face, that they've been facing them over the last year.
Yep. Agreed. Okay. So that's basically it with nodes, and you may have already received a message regarding nodes, or it's coming very soon. But just basically detailing out exactly how a lot of that is going to go over the next 6 months is what we did there, and then further explanation of the point that I was just making, which is just really that we need to move towards a model where the node operators that are providing the service, they can have a semi-predictable outcome of, okay, well, this is when I'll get break even, and this is when, and that's not even, with volatility, we're trying to move that towards market pricing as much as possible. So that'll happen gradually, and we'll get there. It'll work out, but there's no perfect solution without a doubt. Okay, next up is the land grab. That's so we've been in this planning phase for quite a while, where we're figuring out a lot of different variables and elements, and we're mostly past that now and into the actual coding. We've assigned a team member to a few, but they're getting that going with the land grab algorithm, and so we're not far off from having the land grab, which is very, very exciting. The I mean, I can't wait for that. So what will come with the land grab is also the apartment builder. And so when that build comes out, we should have the apartment building. We should have the land building, things of that nature. So I don't think that's too far off, which means the land grab will occur right before that. And then shortly after that, hopefully, is the build release, where you can actually maximize and use all of those things.
Yeah, and these will be version 1 of the builders, so it won't have full features in there, but you'll be able to get a good look and feel, and like, the reason that we're in pre-alpha is so our community can test where we're up to and give us feedback.
Yep.
So the first version will come out there. It may or may not be, like I say, fully featured and hooked up to the database as such, but if it's not the case, we have a couple of plans. We may allow people to just go and build in any apartment or build on any land plot, and then we'll wipe that in the future. But at least you'll get a good feel. Or we may have tightened things up so you can only work on your own land plot. We don't know yet until that pops out of the oven in a few months from now. But yeah, it's very close.
Yeah, very, very close. Very exciting. I can't wait. As always, we're constantly just waiting for that next release with new stuff and
that
fun stuff.
apartment stuff is pretty advanced at the moment, but it was kind of been built in isolation, because we were changing from kind of Unreal Engine 5.5 to 5.6. So once this new build is out, the next stage is to reintegrate all that code,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll see where we're up to.
Yep. It's a lot of fun. Well, I'll just want to make this point real quick. I think a lot of you guys in our community that are really close, that are just fully engaged, you get what's going on. You understand the magnitude of what's been accomplished here. But I think it's important for anybody new that may be watching, we're in there's an incredibly high barrier to entry to building an MMO game, mm-hmm. because of the complexity of coding for multiple players all over the world, the complexity of the infrastructure, so many things. And so it's a much smaller group of people to do it, because typically you need to raise 50 to 100 million to get to a release with an MMO game. And we're at a point where we've already got a live game and it's not quite marketable yet to mainstream, but we're very, very close. 95% of the people that even attempt this don't make it to the point where they have a live and marketable game. 95% are wiped out either by expenses, running out of funds, or by team burnout, or whatever it may be. 95% don't make it to this point. So what we've accomplished in the short 3.5 years or whatever we're at, coming up on 4, I guess.
4 years, 1st of July.
4 years. Oh, 1st of July was 4 years, if
Happy
that's the birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so for what we've accomplished in short 4 years, it's typically done in 5 to 8 years with 50 to 100 million. So we are,
And hundreds of developers, sometimes thousands.
oh yeah. That's another point. So we've been incredibly efficient.
That's why they cost so much.
And I'm not saying we haven't made mistakes. We've made a ton of mistakes. That's what startup business is about, is actually navigating your mistakes, trying to avoid your mistakes, but making changes, shifting and adjusting all along the way, and building something, hoping that your vision remains your vision, and which it has, and you build towards your mission and your vision. And we've done an incredible job at that. So like, I think that the point here is that very few are even able to attempt building an MMO. Even fewer, 95%, make it to the point where we're basically at right now. It's not marketable yet, but we're very, very close. Like, we can see it. It's so close. It's either in the next build or the build after that we're going to be doing a alpha type launch. And so that's why we mentioned the trailer is preparation. We're going to be listing on Steam and Epic. We're moving into that preparation phase, and it's incredibly exciting.
Yeah, we've learned a lot. We've obviously on the backdrop of the Web3 world as well. So we've been integrating. That's all brand new technology.
Brand new technology. We're innovating. We're pioneering. Like, we've had to build a lot of stuff from scratch because it is in Web3, and we've had to deal with a lot of additional.
Those first 2 years, the tech wasn't there.
Right. It's really like we started after year 1.5.
Yeah, you build
stuff.
When
we really started building the game when Unreal Engine 5 came out, basically. Because everything changed then. It was so powerful of a release that we, that was a big decision point for us. So I guess the point there is that we've been incredibly efficient. We're in an amazing place that not few even get to. And we've got the quality of the game that mainstream gamers that have seen this are blown away with the quality. And it's performant. 60 frames per we're incredibly performant, when a lot of other Unreal Engine 5 projects have not paid attention to that and are struggling. We've got a performant, very well optimized set of code and infrastructure. And so I think, God, it's just an exciting place to be. And so thank you for those of you that see it, because you're participating with us, and you're incredibly early. And so that's exciting too.
Oh yeah. I mean, the game should be running somewhere between 60 to 120 frames per second, depending on your setup. And we're not using DLSS. That is still to come in the future. So this is native. So performance will only get better. We put a massive update in for the lower end cards in this release. This release, I haven't sat down and calculated the numbers, is from the build that people are currently playing today. There's over 12 to 15,000 man hours of work that has gone into that, changes since that last build. So when you see it, it's like a different game. The characters move different, they look different. All the systems have had either a major update or a little tinkering with them. It's been a huge effort from a tiny team. So when this comes out, I mean, we couldn't have asked anything more. I mean, the guys, some of them are doing 14 to 16 hours a day.
We're going to need to give the team a little break here, for sure, and then hit the ground running again with the next build, which has already been underway. As we've mentioned before, there's Rifts work that's being done. There's apartment work that's being done. There's all sorts that's already underway. Crafting. Oh yeah, that's come all of them. Yeah, it's come a long way. So we're literally moving into maturity in a very short window of time here, and incredibly excited about that. And so we thank you guys, our early community, for being with us, for believing in us this entire time. I do believe you'll all be uh, rewarded in terms of entertainment and many other ways, as well. And so I think that like that sets us up for this next thing, which is we've got the marketplace coming into. It's going to be a new marketplace for the next sale, which is going to allow you to build out a shopping cart and purchase multiple items at once. Wow. Okay. That's pretty awesome because it is with crypto. And so there's some interesting tech and solutions that we've had to come up with to be able to solve that problem, which is so easily solved by somebody in Web 2. Where you can just connect your website to Shopify and you're good to go and you're receiving payments. You set up a Stripe account, all that good stuff. With Web 3, it's a little more complicated. And that version of our marketplace is coming out for this next sale. We'll be testing that marketplace basically with phase 3, which has some of the different weapons that we've told you about coming, and that'll be coming soon. So please participate in that. And again, thank you guys for being with us this whole time. We're entering the most exciting phase of the project this year, and so we're really grateful to you guys, our community, and we hope these next two sales, the phase 3 and the apartment sale that's coming up, the Strata Apartments, they are in an attempt to prepare us for the alpha launch, which is ideally where we put a good amount of marketing funds towards mainstream, who's going to then come in and create all sorts of new buying pressure that helps us to build out the game to that next stage. And so very exciting times. We thank you guys for participating. Help us join in this sale. It's going to be worth it. You're going to have all sorts of fun stuff you can do with these assets, the apartments, the building kits, the premium apartments. It's going to be creating your space in the Cornucopias game. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And it helps us to get to that place where we can really put some funds behind marketing our alpha launch as well. So I'm excited about it. Rob, is there anything you wanted to add there?
Oh, yeah, everyone will get a free apartment as well. So, you
Thank
can
you.
try before you think of maybe upgrading to the larger apartments.
Yep.
Yeah, our internal deadline was the 4th of July, the fireworks. And we are going to hit that, but because of the holidays, yeah, it's a shame that we have to kind of, wait until next week, but that's probably safe because with the amount of time that people have put in to have the game and then say, well, actually, you can't enjoy the holiday.
You meant internal deadline for this release? For
Yes.
the
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay. So, yeah,
to
because
have it.
you shifted from apartments, so
Yeah.
so
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. The release. Yes, I'm talking about this release. So you will get this next week, which is great.
yeah, so that's incredibly exciting. We can't wait to hear your feedback. Excited to see what you guys create in Avatar 3.0. Very fun stuff, and moving towards the land grab and getting you guys on your land, on your properties, creating in your land and also creating on your apartments. It's going to be a lot of fun. So moving into a game that is mature and marketable to mainstream. I can't believe we're here, and it's very, very exciting. By the way, happy birthday! If we're counting July 1st, then happy birthday. We're 4 years old. Wow, just newbies,
Yeah.
newbies that have accomplished a lot.
Tremendous when we look back at how we started, how where we were working, and we hadn't met each other for a good 6 months, and it was during COVID, and then we
Yeah,
had that first trip to America, then we went to New York, we went to Consensus, we went to Vegas, we've
yeah,
been to back to Vegas, we've been to Colorado, we've literally traveled to America quite a few times.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's all been
this
work
game
travel, but
definitely changed all our lives, and I think for the community as well. We've seen that they've been with us for years, so it
yeah,
must have changed their lives in a certain way. Especially people have made a lot more friends, and those small touch points, we've all got to meet each other physically, and it's just it's been tremendous. So I mean, this is not the end. This is literally this for me is kind of a coming of age build now. This is where we're going to really kick off. This was the quiet before the storm, as we're saying. The storm is coming. It's going to be tremendous. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I can't either. Again, the leak is the trailer video. It might be tied to the end of this episode, or it might be coming separately. We'll let you know. Okay, well, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next COPICafe. Bye-bye.
Bye.